Today we're going to be making Italian pizza with lots of different toppings, and we're going to go over the success criteria today and also the target. So right up here, the target for today is that you're going to be able to make pizza dough, which is a yeast dough, and explain how to do that. You're also going to make a pizza sauce from scratch and be able to explain how to do that. And then we're also going to assemble it all together and bake it. And you're going to do this all successfully. And I'm also going to give you the history of pizza, and you're going to read that and then decide in an explanation and a summary how that all came about. So it's kind of going to be fun today. So let's look at the Italian flag. Isn't that a cool flag? Today we're talking about pizza, and it's from Italy. So let's go ahead and get started here. The first thing that we're going to be making is going to be the dough. So I'm just going to go right over here and get a bowl out, okay? So into this bowl, you're going to be putting in 3/4 of a teaspoon of dry active yeast, okay? So I'm just going to measure this out. This is nice. It's a 3/4 of a teaspoon here. Just measure it out, 3/4, and put that in there. And then we're also going to be putting in 3/4 of a cup of at least lukewarm to, it needs to be at least 78 degrees. So let's go ahead and do that right now. We're going to put some water in here. And this is hot boiling water, by the way. So let's put regular water in here too to cool it down a bit so we get the perfect temperature. Okay, let's go ahead and put this right in here. We're going to watch this dissolve in there, which is what we want to do. Okay, just take a fork or a spoon and move this around so that everything looks nice. See how this is, it takes about a minute for it to dissolve. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get out some flour that we're going to put in here. We'll measure it out while this is, you know, getting all ready to go, dissolving. So we're going to be using 2 cups. So let's go ahead and measure this out, and using a flat edge, okay? And this is looking pretty good here. So we're going to go ahead and put this right in here. Okay. And I'm also going to put in 1 more cup here. Oh boy, there we go. Let's make sure it's enough here. Looks good right there, and we're going to go ahead and put that in here. We're also going to be putting in 3/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt, or I use Himalayan salt, and you can use that as well. We're also going to be putting in some honey. I'm just going to get this really quick out of here. I measured it out. We're going to be using 1 teaspoon of honey. Let's go ahead and measure that out and put that in here as well. Honey goes in there. And we're also going to be putting in 2 teaspoons of olive oil, okay? So here we go. So I'm set on 1 teaspoon there. So here's 1. Here's 1. And here's number 2. There we go. There's number 2. That over here. And move that all out of here. And so we're just going to stir this together now, just like so, with a spoon. And then we're going to put it out on our board, and we're going to you know, roll it out so that it looks nice here. It's going to kind of look shaggy. That's what it should look like when you're right before you roll it out. It'll start looking like shaggy like that. So, and that's okay. That's what we want. What we're going to do is we're going to use this board right here, like I did last time when I made the cinnamon rolls. Just put down some flour, not too much. You know, you don't want to put down here too much and waste it. But go ahead and take the dough and put it right out on the board like so. And we're gonna basically knead it. When you knead it, remember, you move the dough around the board until it's elastic and smooth. So that's what we're looking for when we do our pizza dough, okay? We put this over here, and I'm just gonna take off my ring here real quick. It's not coming off. No, there it goes. There we go. Okay, here we go. So just remember, quarter of a turn, and then push it out. Quarter of a turn, push it out. Quarter turn, push out. Quarter turn, push out. Just keep going. I'm gonna knead this for about 5 minutes. If it starts to get sticky, you just pick up a little bit more flour off of the board as you're doing this. It's kind of cool. It's kind of fun to do this. It's very exciting. Man, gets out all your aggressions if you're pent up and need something to do and you need to exercise or whatever. It's kind of fun to, make bread and do some kneading. It's really, really, really fun. So just keep going, keep going, keep going. A little bit more flour down here. There we go. Boom. We're almost done here. We're going to kind of let it relax for about 5 minutes too, because, it needs to relax for a while. There we go. A little bit more flour on there. Just keep going. Move it around the board. It's kind of fun. Nice, get out all your frustrations, go into the kitchen and make some bread, right? All right, here we go. All right, so it's at that point where, I'm just gonna kind of let it relax here for a while. And we're gonna start making some from scratch pizza sauce next. Let's go ahead and start with this tomato sauce here. This is 1 cup of tomato sauce, and get a really good quality one so that you don't, so that it turns out really nicely. I always get mine from Trader Joe's because I love theirs. I already put all the spices in here. I have 1 teaspoon of salt. I have a 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, a 1/4 teaspoon of basil, and then I have a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper in here. And then I have a teaspoon of minced garlic as well. So that's gonna all go in here real quickly. Just get all that out of there. And then we're also going to put in 2 teaspoons of Parmesan cheese. And you can use the dried kind, and if you use the dried kind, you have to use half the amount, okay? So we're just gonna mix this together using a spoon here. This is what it looks like afterwards. It's so delicious. Really good tomato sauce for pizzas, pizza sauce. Very, very delicious, okay? So we're gonna set that aside right there, and we're gonna go ahead and start rolling out our pizza. I put it in this dough. I always put my dough in my bowl afterwards so it can kind of rise and relax and do everything it wants to do. But go ahead, we're gonna flour this again. And so put some flour down here and roll it around, move it around here like so. And then we're just gonna get out a rolling pin. And pizza dough is right here. Let's get our pizza dough out. Kind of sticky. It should be. Oh, it's so nice. Feels good. Gonna let it relax and do its thing here. So we're gonna go for a circle, of course, because pizza doughs are circle. I mean, historically speaking, they are. You can, if you have a square pan or something at home and you don't have a pizza pan, it's no big deal. You can do that, okay? So we're going for, I kind of like my crust thin, so I'm just gonna start rolling this out like so. Just move it around here like so. And you pick it up, and it should be stretchable. It has a lot of gluten in it, which means pizza dough has a ton of gluten in it, okay, which means it really stretches when you're rolling it out. And people toss it in the air. That's how they get to toss it in the air, is they just, it's so flexible and elastic. so glutinous that you can do that, you know. Pick it up again here and see this is how they spin it up in the air like so. Put a little bit more flour down here. You don't want things to stick. Just throw it down here like so. Just roll it out a little bit more here. Okay, here we go. Big, 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 big. There we go. So now we have our pizza here. Like so. So grab a pizza pan, but onto the pizza pan, you have to put down some cornmeal, okay? And about that much is good. This is gonna help it not to stick, you know? Oh no, we don't want it to stick. So just put some cornmeal on there like so. And it helps it to get crunchy and crispy when it goes into the oven too. So that's why we put that on there. And that's why when you buy this at a grocery store or at a restaurant or whatever, it usually has this cornmeal underneath it. And that's the reason why. So just go ahead and put this on the pan and tuck everything here. Ooh, here we go. And then we're going to put on our pizza sauce here. Oh man, this is gonna be so good. I'm looking forward to eating it. It's always fun. So go ahead and take the tomato sauce, pizza sauce that we created here and put it on here like so. It makes just enough for the pizza, you know. So, and it's better than the stuffed jar that you buy at the grocery store. Ugh. I do not like that stuff at all. So only homemade for me. So now you know how to do it. And it's less expensive too to do it this way. Okay, so we're almost there. Just the right amount, which this area right here needs a little bit more. Okay, so next we're gonna put on all the toppings. Setting the oven on 500 degrees and getting it all preheated for when we put the pizza in. Okay, so it's topping time. Woo! So I'm actually gonna do half and half because we got vegetarians in the family and we have meat eaters in the family. So this is how we do it. We're gonna put in about 2 cups of mozzarella. This is actually an Italian cheese. It has Parmesan cheese in there too. I already measured it out. Put a little cheese, about half of it on the bottom here first off, and then we're, whoops, cheese trying to jump off the board here out of the pizza pan here. Can't let that happen. Okay, so here we go. Next, kind of have to decide. I have onions, I have bell peppers, green bell peppers, mushrooms, I have here black olives, sausage for the meat eaters, jalapenos, and I have Kalamata olives as well. So we're going to use all of those things. So on one half, we're going to put the sausage on here. And, you know, just, I'm using probably about a cup of sausage, you know, on this side here, pizza. And used to be a vegetarian for quite some time, but I converted back to be a meat eater. I could change again at any time depending upon how I want to do life at the time. Okay, so now we have our sausages on here. I'm going to rinse my hands just so that I don't get meat involved with the rest of the pizza, okay? And got to get a towel over here, dry my hands off. Put this on the side here. Whew, there we go. Okay, so next we're going to do some mushrooms. Okay, and everybody wants the mushrooms, so we're going to put mushrooms everywhere. Okay. So I'm using probably about a half of a cup of mushrooms. And I have these all sliced up and ready to go. You have here, I have my mise en place ready to go. So everything is in its place, ready to do this, okay? So a half of a cup of mushrooms, alrighty. let's put this cup over here in the sink. All right, moving on to our next is going to be some onions, okay? And put these on here like so. I'm only going to be using about 1/4 cup of onions because they're pretty strong, okay? Don't want to put too many of those on here, otherwise it kind of overwhelms the pizza flavor, okay? And then we're going to put some olives, black olives, on this side of the pizza, the meat lovers pizza over here, or combination pizza, whatever you want to call it. Every pizza place has their own name for their pizzas that they create, okay? Then we're going to put Kalamata olives on the other side, okay? So these are really, really salty. So, and some people really like that in the family, so we're going to have salted Kalamata olives on this side right here. And I used up all of those, about 1/4 cup only, because like I said, they are pretty salty, so you don't want to use too many of those, otherwise the pizza gets super, super salty. Okay, so we're going to do green bell peppers, and the green bell peppers are going to go on both sides. And I'm going to be using probably 1/2 cup here of green bell peppers. And I'm really doing it up. When I do a pizza, I don't slack on the toppings because, you know, it just gives you more nutrition and that makes the pizza taste so much better, okay? So perfectly just put them all on there like so. And then we're also going to be putting on some jalapenos. And that goes on the vegetarian side. Get some really good flavor, but we're also going to put a few on this side as well. Okay, there we go. There's our jalapenos on there. Woohoo! All right. And then after that, we're going to put some more cheese on there. Okay, and this is going to kind of basically glue it all in there so it's not going to fall everywhere after you get the pizza out of the oven. And there we go. The oven is heated up to 500 degrees, so let's put the pizza in the oven so we can eat this thing ASAP. Okay, here we go. Woohoo! And it goes right in here. And let's set the timer. We're gonna check it at 10 minutes. Then we're gonna eat. Time to make some limeade. This is how you do it, real quickly. Just going to take a lime, cut it in half, run it through this lime juicer, which puts lime juice right into the cup. Kind of cool. And you just take it all out, put it in there like so. Push that up if you don't want it to mess all over the place. We're going to go ahead and put some ice in here, like so. And 2 tablespoons of sugar. 1 and 2. Alrighty. I'm going to put in this. This is San Pellegrino. This goes right in here. This is fizzy water, seltzer water. Go all the way up to the top. Yum. And we're going to mix it up and we're going to have this with our pizza. Yum. Okay, the pizza is done. Yay! Pizza, 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 pizza. There we go. Yum. Oh man, that looks so good. I'm so excited to chomp into it. This is my son Jeremiah.
Hey guys.
And we're ready to begin, but we're going to first start by having a toast. Italian toast.
The limeade.
Okay, here we
They're
go.
like Italian colors.
Oh yeah, there's Italian straws here. We gotta make it up big here. Okay, ready? And
Saluti.
Saluti. That's Italian. Too good life. Too good life. I'm gonna use this straw.
Ooh, that's good. Sweet.
Wow, that
sour.
is delicious. You want to cut up the pizza now?
Yeah, this looks
Give me
so
a slice
good.
of this. Remember, yours is over here. It's vegetarian, and mine's over here. So. Oh no!
Yeah.
Good job cutting that. Thank you for the napkin. Woohoo! I'll probably need that.
Ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ooh, thank you.
What if I do one?
Yeah,
here?
veggie one over there. Okay, so this is the way they actually eat it in Italy. I've been there a couple times. In fact, Sharon and I have been to Italy too. We went there together. It was really fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They bend it like this, you know, and then they just kind of put it in the mouth. So here we go. Here we go. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Mm.
That is some good pizza.
That is some delicious pizza.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you came today and watched this video of making pizza from Italy. Join me again next week where we're gonna do something and it's gonna be a surprise.